Now, when I talk about Enzo Maresca, when I tell people that I would pick Enzo Maresca ahead of Arteta, they always converse. They always argue. And I always ask them, that, relax, let's look at it. I mean, let's look at this thing. First things first, let me list the reasons why I would pick, Maresca ahead of Arteta. Number one, when Maresca joined Chelsea, we could see the identity. From day one, even from the very first league game we played under Enzo Maresca, it was Manchester City. Manchester City beat us, was it not 2-0? Was it 2-1? I know Elinalam got a penalty. Was it not Cucurella that caused the penalty? I can't remember the scoreline right now, but I know Elinalam got a goal. It was 2-0. It was Manchester City in that very first game week. We could see the identity. We could see what Maresca wanted to do. Compare that to Arteta. Arteta needed a project. Arteta needed a project. See, Maresca has not unpicked players to say, oh, this is the player I want, and sign this player for me. Maresca has not done it too. What has been Maresca's signing? Which signing can you say, oh, this is Maresca's signing at Chelsea? You cannot. Maresca is making use of what was given to him. Arteta, he had to go through project, go 2 years. He had to unpick the players. He basically changed his team. He sold a lot of players. He brought in his team. Good. Fine for him. He's competing. It worked for him. He's competing. But for me, that number one reason, the fact that Maresca was able to come into a team, not ask for specific players, and still able to deliver. Number one reason, that's why I'll pick Maresca ahead of Arteta. Number two, player development. I mean, tell me one player now that Arteta has developed. I know what you're going to say. You're going to talk about Declan Rice. But again, Declan Rice was always this good, even from West Ham. You know, most of you don't know. Declan Rice started as a centre-back. He started as a centre-back. That's why I tell you guys that most of you don't even watch football. Because if you watch football, you know that Declan Rice started as a centre-back. He started as a centre-back. Then he transitioned to a number 6. Then he's now transitioning to basically like a number 8 right now. So for me, I would not say that development came from Arteta. It did not come from Arteta. But look at what Maresca has done to players like Caicedo. Look at what Arteta has done to players like Cucurella. Look at what Arteta has done to players like Enzo Fernandez. Look at what Maresca has done to players like Cole Palmer. People talk about Cole Palmer being regressed under Maresca. But it was still under Maresca that Cole Palmer was able to enter top 10 Ballon d'Or. Who was coach when Cole Palmer entered top 10 Ballon d'Or? It was Maresca. That's why, again, I feel like most of the time when people talk about football, they don't come down and say, tell me one player that Mikel Arteta has elevated, he has picked, and he put in top 10 Ballon d'Or. So, player development, Maresca, for me, Maresca edges it. Then, number 3, which is my final point, expectations. Expectations. When it comes to expectations, Maresca has delivered. Maresca came into a Chelsea team and he delivered 2 trophies in that very first season. Yes, I know what you want to say. It is a Conference League and a Club World Cup. You people call Club World Cup preseason friendly. No wahala. That's your headache. But point is, Maresca participated in those tournaments and he got them. He got the Conference League. He got the Club World Cup. Arteta has been competing. Now you say Arteta has never competed in Conference League. That's why he cannot win Conference League. Okay, what of the Europa League that Arteta was competing for back to back? Arteta competed in the Europa League, I think about 3 times, 2 or 3 times. He did not win anyone. One of them was knocked out by Sporting. Was it not Sporting that knocked him? Was it not Sporting Lisbon? Sporting Lisbon that knocked him out. So don't act like, Arteta had never competed in a low. Arteta competed because when he was competing in Europa League was the lowest European competition. There was no Conference League. Arteta has competed in supposedly low European competition. He did not win it. He did not win it. And nobody told Arteta not to be able to compete in the FIFA Club World Cup. Come and compete now if it's easy. So he did not compete there. So for me, then again, these 3 reasons why. The tactical identity we saw from day one, the fact that expectations have been met since when Maresca joined, the fact that he has player development, these 3 reasons is why I would pick Maresca ahead of Arteta. Again, you can start the argument in the comment section.